So we should be good to go here. Uh-oh, I turned my controller off. Okay, good. I did the waterfall last time. All the side questy dungeons are done. All that's left to do is the sea shrine, which I think I can do in one shot. Plus, the journey to Le Fen, the Mirage Tower, Flying Castle, and the last area of the game. Quite possibly pretty attainable here. I didn't do any kind of audio check. Hopefully I'm fine. I bet I'm fine. Sometimes I worry about these things. I almost always start with a bad audio check because I don't know what I'm doing. But anyway, yeah, I'd like to be wrapping up here. We'll see how it goes. Warriors, you have Oxy Ale. In fact, this thing works without Oxy Ale, but it doesn't work because there's a woman standing in front of it. I'm still thinking about whether oh, that's not a great start. I'm still thinking about whether or not I want to get a cat claw for any characters. Almost all of the characters can use cat claw, and it's an upgrade for almost all of them. Furthermore, there is literally nothing else in the game I need to buy other than maybe a little refresh on some consumables. This shark says grr. Good hit there, Noe. So I've only been at this like a week. I've done a bunch of streams consecutively, which is all novel. I was explaining that to the fella who was in here with me. Fella or Philly, the person who was in here talking to me last time. Yeah. It's not that I habitually stream poorly, if that's what it is. It's that I get into something and then I want to finish it, you know? And that's great because I really do want to finish the Final Fantasy VII challenge that's available right now that's associated with the 4-job fiesta. And I probably want to play that more than once with different jobs if I can, but I kind of doubt that I'm going to get that done, you know, in the scope of January. But if I can, that'd be cool. I'm making a bit of a habit of this. I like what I'm doing here. The confusion is really just damage mitigation. It doesn't contribute meaningfully to damage, especially since there's a weird behavior with the confuse spell in this game. The attack that monsters use on other monsters when they're confused is actually the fire spell. And so a really weird but real side effect of that is on water monsters, confusion is worse. Weird but real. Oh, I really want to know why to get the heal staff in there. Oh, now it's not really going to pay off, but whatever. Yeah, no A got the defense, right? I'm going to double check the equips. Okay, does this match here? No A. No A, it shows gloves, but in fact no A has a pro ring. I don't even know if you can see what no A has on their hands. No E has ribbon, pro ring, iron armor. No I has flame armor, wooden helm, copper gauntlet, which just seems ridiculous at this stage of the game, and buckler. And no O has silver bracelet, literally the only body equipment they can wear in the entire game. Flame shield, silver helm, Zeus gauntlet. Yeah, that's perfect. Weapons, we got the defense in play here. Defense is a wonderful weapon for a second string fighter before the very end of the game, or a third string fighter at end game. It's like pretty great. So, minor change there. We could use some weapon upgrades, and in fact we're going to get some fairly imminently. The light axe is around here somewhere. I just don't remember what all the chests are here. I remember where all the opal equipment is. It's all together. Well, a single instance of each of the opal equipments is together. And I'm not terribly far from it either. Given that I'm not really consuming anything other than hit points in here, you know, I see no reason why I can't do this in one run just to save some time. Level 15 is interesting because I think that's my first magic point for those characters. Yeah, look at that. No way even has a magic point. He already has access to Ruse because of the defense sword. Yeah, that frankly doesn't do much, but whatever. What's in this thingy? Oh, I'm so glad I did that. You know, I'm gonna forget that the next time I play this, too. And future me is going to be looking at that and get those 20 gold again. You know what? I gotta do this differently. When you got water enemies, the Zeus Gauntlet is even better than usual, and it's already pretty good. Yeah, this is a generally favorable battle in terms of what we gain from it compared to what we lose. There's not much to gain. Like I said, the money doesn't do me any good, but I do want my characters to level up. I would have really good spell points if I ever got to level 21. Okay, Opal Armor is significant for no E. No I can technically also wear it. But no I has better armor, so we're going to do this. No E is decked out now. In fact, probably my highest defense character now. Let's double check that. 51. Yeah. This is going to mess with my battle routines. Wait a minute. No O. Wait, what did I do? Did I do something stupid? 41. 39. Okay, no, I did not do something. Well, I did some stupid things, but that thing that I did was not stupid. I don't, I'm not going to pretend that I've never done stupid things. There, see? I already did something stupid. I don't know if fighting these snakes is really worthwhile. I'm still not great at running. Oh, speaking of, I didn't turn my Lewis script on yet. That'll tell me how lucky I am. How effective I am at running. Vitality, luck. My luck, some characters are approaching 15, so my running is starting to get really reliable. Everyone's hit points are good except no O. Their stats are quite consistent, really. I mean, intelligence doesn't matter. There we go. Level 15. We like that. It's not some big difference, but an extra charge of Cure is welcome. And Cure 2. They each get one charge of Cure 2. The elemental monsters are interesting in this game. Referring to the actual elementals, the earth, fire, air, and water. All of them are like bulky, well, air a little less so, and they hit really hard. Yeah, that's for no O. This silver axe is just, whoa, I almost made a critical error there. Light axe, that's significant. That's, oh, I got 64 hit rate too. That's as you probably know if you know things about this game or been watching the stream, hitting those multiples of 32 is really, really good. Okay, now I need to not die. The other thing you can pick up in this dungeon pretty easily, although I forget if it's up here, is the Mage Staff, which is a free cast of Fire 2. Very useful for undead packs, and we're probably not done with undead packs, unfortunately. In fact, the light axe, that fun purple axe that Noah just chopped that shark in half with, the light axe casts Harm 2, which is like a Harm Undead spell. It's never actually as good as the Mage Staff. There's the Mage Staff, okay. With the exception of one enemy. I think I'm given the Mage Staff to know... Oh. Why am I doing that? Maybe no I should hold it for now. Because no O already has the Zeus Gauntlet. I think I might want to change that later, but for now, I'm doing this. I think later on, no A is going to get access to some really good spellcasting items, like the Bane Sword. And so later on, I'm going to want to do things a little differently. Like here, borderline makes sense to use it. I don't know. So I wrote a little thread about what I've been doing on Game FAQs, because that's my Final Fantasy 1 community, even though it's a little old-fashioned now. That site's so dying. Anyway, I wrote a little bit about what I'm doing there. And it was quite funny, people basically saying, like, by endgame it's not really going to matter, is it? And it's funny, because it mostly doesn't. Like, it's a slight change to what I would normally do. Pretty darn slight. And that's what I like about variant playthroughs, is just strategies and pathways that you wouldn't normally have considered. And I think that this playthrough has delivered on that. But this is going to end up being easy. Here I am in the last couple dungeons of the game with level 15 fighters. There was one person on that board recently who was at, like, level 20 before Astos. This... To any hardcore Final Fantasy fan, what's happening here is going to seem so unremarkable, but it's still kind of interesting. The other thing is, these terribly, terribly equipped knights, these people who had, like, no armor until the March Cave, or whatever, they're still generally better than a thief. They're better than a lot of classes, these terribly, terribly equipped knights. And really, that's a statement about the poor, poor class balance in this game. Everyone kind of knows it. I kind of wonder if the developers knew it. The game feels a little smoother if you throw a red mage or a black mage in every party, but really, fighters are the best. By a considerable margin. I'm going to get every single chest, I think. Some of them might not end up being useful, but... Like, that's useful. Whoa, is that useful? The only character who can use it is No I, and their flame armor is better. Yeah, I can't. No I. Does eventually get the dragon armor, which is... Yeah, I'm not going to use the Opal Bracelet. That seems pretty sad, but it's true. Opal Bracelet is a miracle equipment in certain runs. It's equipable by anyone, and it gives you the same defense rating as the flame armor. Gives you the full plate defense rating. So... And by defense rating, I mean the absorb stat. This game does use different names for things. Defense rating. You know what game says defense rating is Diablo 2. I can't think of other games that say defense rating. That is a bit of an unusual terminology I chose. Money. Who put all this money in the sea? Oh yeah. That's the place where I expected and required a pure potion. Right there. Opal Shield. Got an O, got an A, got an I, got an E. It is useless. Isn't that weird? Again, those who know the game are going to know the Opal Shield is really the second best shield in the game. And perfectly viable for a late game end game night. With a party like this, you would normally never discard the Opal Shield, but it's got a lot of vowels in it. Too many vowels. Only no you can use that. Opal Helmet. So no I can use... No I can use it. Probably not going to be using it for terribly long. But it is an upgrade. Later on, I'm going to want that character to have what's called a heal helmet, which is 2 points weaker technically, but it can cast a free heal spell all the time, which is just awesome. Okay, so Opal Gauntlet. Looks like I have that allocated to no I because it's got O, A, and E in it. Yeah, that's a substantial upgrade. There we go. All this stuff. This is fun times, getting these upgrades. And the last one, slab. So I got all the Opal gear I can conceivably use, actually, which is very defensively strong, very useful. And no I, their absorb rating is 52. They're actually back to being the most defensive character on my team. I may as well put them up there. They won't be permanently, I don't think, but actually, eventually they will be, because they get the dragon armor. Dragon armor is tied with the Opal armor for being the strongest in the game, but the dragon armor provides a couple additional resistances. I think I have all the items I want from the Sea Shrine. I don't think there's a heal helmet down here. It'd be a shame for me to be misremembering that, though. You hear a lot of that sound toward the end of the game, because anytime you're not in some kind of imminent danger and you don't have some kind of major threat response necessary, you want to be throwing out the heals. And you get access to a bunch of heals unless there's some reason you're restricted from doing so. Which is the case for me. I'm wearing the same shirt I was wearing a couple days ago. It's just what I happened to grab. Why am I pointing out my shirt? Yeah, I don't know. But I should point out, a couple days ago I said, I'm wearing these pajamas. I got them at Costco a few years ago. I seem to wear them a lot, something like that. Those pajamas I have since thrown out. It's very sad. They just got a little bit too badly ripped. There was like a leg rip at the foot cuff. And you know, that's what people are here for. To hear about why I threw out my pajamas. This is your high quality stream content. Damage mitigation. Gotta mitigate all those 1 damages. They do 5 to each other. That's with that attack that is technically the fire attack. If I do another NES game in the near future, I'm not going to use this particular platform. There will be changes. It's not playing as nice with my operating system as I want. In order to do basically anything, I have to run as administrator. And I guess that's probably my fault for how I installed it, but... Someone was in here talking about BizHawk. I should be switching to BizHawk. I'm just using the things I'm more familiar with from the olden days. A funny thing about the Sea Shrine is I believe there's a second light axe here. I only have one character who can use a light axe. And I mean, they're good, but they're not amazingly good, so I'm not going to fuss about it. I think I'm still going to open chests. I don't remember for sure Z's where the 2 heal helmets are, and I'd hate to miss that. IEOA. You know what I'm saying? You know what else is funny is I got the tail in the Castle of Ordeals, but I think I'm on a dead-end path right now. But I never got the class change legitimately. I just had started with these 4 knights. I guess that's fine. It's not really going to do anything for... Oh, what am I... Both of these paths are dead ends. What am I fighting for? It is a GDQ week, and I just watched a Mega Man X4 Zero run just yesterday, and so that's fresh in my mind. And like everyone writing in their donation comments, I think there were 3 different ones that made reference to what am I fighting for? What am I donating for? All that kind of thing. Yeah, these people have become good runners. And this is great. And talk about how easy the late game is. Well, this is it. I like this music a lot. But, you know, back in these days, they had not invented music that picks up where it left off when you enter a battle. I didn't know these guys stunned. I thought they just kicked butt. Like that. I was pretty terrified of ghosts for a long time. I think they're unrunnable, for one thing. But they hit hard. They can do a lot of damage to a character with low defenses, like a mage. They can one-shot black mages pretty normally at this point in the game. Well, let's free heal. The heal staff casts the first heal spell, which is a 2nd level spell. It does an even smaller heal than the level 1 cure spell, but affects the whole team. It would be almost never worth using if it weren't for the free casts on these pieces of equipment. Lobsters are surprisingly strong monsters. I think they're 3-hit capable. And poisonous. Oh, we're not beating that guy this turn. Running from elementals sucks. I think the only one you can run from is air, which seems kind of backwards to me, but whatever. I think they give pretty darn good experience, though. I'm not upset about being here now. I think waters have 300 hit points, even. And as a bit of a novelty in this place full of water enemies, they are weak to ice instead of lightning, but that doesn't really do much of anything for me. There's an equipment in this game called the black shirt or black robe, depending who you ask. That casts an ice spell. I'm just thinking, who can I put that on? If it's a black robe, it could go on No Eye, but No Eye's equipment slots are full. I don't think I'm going to keep the black shirt robe. I think it's funny, even ghosts are weak to fire, even though you only encounter them underwater. Yeah, like those are pretty good damage numbers, especially, yeah, for something completely free. Wow, no one even had to swing their weapon. But you can see no eye got pretty badly damaged there. We're not going to walk around with hit points like that, even if we have a heal staff. Is there a heal helmet here? That's what I don't want to miss, is the heal helmet. Is this going to be worthwhile? Maybe I should have been running. My running has gotten quite good, as we noted. Well, if the birds are out of there, we're not in bad shape. I know these guys were hard for me earlier, but I don't think they're hard anymore. I think their hardness has passed. That was never going to be very effective on the mummies. There's a less than 1% chance of the wizard staff working against them. Yeah. And that's because of immunity. Immunity in this game is never completely total. And the way the random number table works, flawed as it is, there's what's called a 1 in 201 chance of basically anything working even when it shouldn't. So there is this tiny chance of being able to cast Confuse on an undead enemy that normally you wouldn't be able to do that. Yeah. Still, I fought that partly thinking of the experience gains. Thinking those levels are going to be useful. The Power Gauntlet is an interesting thing. The only character who can use it is No Eye, who just got the Opal Gauntlet. So the Power Gauntlet is useless to us. It does have an item cast, but the spell is bugged, so it does effectively nothing. In fact, it's not any better than a Silver Gauntlet you can buy fairly early in the game. Apparently I stepped on the wrong square. I don't think I want to do this fight, though. There's a lot of fights where it's like, you know you want to run, but if you have one character throw out a Zeus Gauntlet, you can thin the damage so much that it mitigates damage. Or if you have to fight a second round, it's a lot more bearable. The second Light Axe does me absolutely no good. It just... Doesn't seem like I should chuck it. I think, as I said, these guys are unrunnable. And they hit hard. This could be pretty bad. The doubling is going okay on this item though. Some of those guys might get knocked out. Oh yeah, they don't have terribly high hit points, I guess. I didn't remember that, but okay. We're not gonna one turn them, but it's pretty good. They even missed. And missed again. That's pretty improbable, I think. It's not like my characters have very good evasion ratings. I mean, they'll show up in the HUD thing. Damage, hit, absorb, evade. Okay, the evade numbers are not great, but non-trivial. I mean, was I looking in here? Is that... Oh, lots of boxes. Exciting. Heavy armor reduces your evade in this game, and I guess that's fairly normal. So early in the game, there was a point where I took off someone's wooden armor and I put on the copper bracelet. So I guess that was no eye. And it's funny because the copper bracelet has the same absorb rating as the wooden armor. The only difference is that the wooden armor is a little bit heavier. And not really much. And the weight translates into an evade difference. So, you know, there was some question. Oh, yes, I did want that. I'm glad I've been checking the chests. Alright, so the only other character who can use a ribbon is No A, who is going to sacrifice a little bit of their absorb. They're already my lowest absorb character. They're going to sacrifice a little bit of absorb to get the amazing resistances that a ribbon provides. Because No I and No O can't use ribbons anyway. So that's actually completely cool. So let's update the thingy. Not a lot of upgrades left for some of these characters. I guess I must be misremembering, although I'm glad I was checking chests because of that ribbon. Must have been misremembering about where the heal helmets are. Not even misremembering, but just not remembering. Golly. This isn't like my last trip to Red Lobster. For one thing, the lobsters are blue. I think this is the bottom floor. Am I even going the right way? I don't remember. Maybe you were supposed to go left down there. Oh, I have a chance to strike first. You know what then? I should probably attempt to kill some things. Because it's easy. So confusing them again is about damage mitigation next turn. Most of them are confused, which is pretty darn cool, actually. Alright. pretty sure the lobsters are definitely more damaging than the snakes. So that's what was up with the targeting there. Oh, they got some serious hit points, though. I would hate to run into ghosts and get a dead knight before the boss. So I'm gonna overheal a little. Again, I thought I was going the wrong way, but actually I think this is a sign that I went the right way. I think I remember this part. You know, the first time I did this, I was 9. It was a long time ago. I could tell you how many years, but I don't want to. This fight's not going to be worth it, is it? Probably not. Aw, come on, guys. Whoever had the idea of moving the poison party members to the bottom is in trouble. You know who wouldn't have done something like that is what's the guy's name? Kawazu. You know, this I'm gonna fight because there's no lobsters. Oh. I was feeling so happy that my hit points were going up instead of down until they weren't. Oh, chance to strike first. We gotta try. We're gonna do the same thing we did last time. We're going to run interference, if that's what it is here. The snake has high HP, the lobsters don't, so I am going to target the snake, contrary to some of my prior advice. Not even advice. I'm not really advising anyone. It's more of I had some justifications for earlier decisions. And they may have been bad justifications. I don't know. It doesn't really matter that much, but you think a lot when you play a game like this, right? Or you're supposed to. If you wanted to play a game with no thinking, this wouldn't be your choice, is more my point. And maybe that's a different phrasing of my point. It's sort of like my point. Oh my goodness. I wanted my hit points to go up instead of down, remember? We talked about this, you stupid lobsters. Well, if the maximums go up, it's still a win, right? Nobody gained hit points. The boss is right here. Kraken is a bit of a jerk. He gets basically an attack for each tentacle, and thus can hit incredibly hard. If he gets crits, it can go bad, and you don't have a lot of control over the situation. Once again, we don't exactly have a lot of choice in the matter. Like, we technically have access to a small number of buffs, but I don't think they're going to be better than attacking. Even the Zeus Gauntlet I don't think will be better. If we were in really dire straits, we could use the defense to repeatedly increase evade to make A effectively immortal. But I think we're going to end the fight soon enough that it's not going to matter. This could be a one-round fight. I don't know. Oh, not at this rate, no. Oh my goodness, you see that? Oh, terrible damage scores, guys. Oh. We got less than 100 damage on him. That's not good. Nobody crit. There's one. We did about 200, about 350. Oh, jeez Louise. We're somewhere around the 400 damage mark. Oh my goodness. Maybe I should start getting no A using the defense sword. Just in case. It's been a while since a character's died. Oh, wait, I forgot. I wiped in the waterfall cave, didn't I? A has to enact the backup plan. Okay, well this looks... Another good crit round is gonna beat him. No. He attacked a different guy every time. That's rather novel. So watch the evade score on no A when that rolls back around. Oh, we won. Look at those hit point values. I lucked out a little bit there. Let's watch no A's evade. There's the hit rates. Absorb. Evade. 144. 144 out of 64. And that value caps out at... What does it end up being? I thought it was 255. Usually you need 3 ruses to become unhittable. I don't know if I'm beating the game tonight, but... It might be kind of cool to go grab a couple cat claws. Almost for novelty's sake, though. Oops. Oh, I hate these guys. For much the same reason that Kraken bothers me. They hit like a truck. If they target the wrong person in late game, they can one-shot a mage. Okay, a little bit of business to attend to. Gotta go to Melmond. I think I'll go to Gaia, which is pretty close to where I actually need to go next anyway. The Ice Sword does me no good to hold on to. It's also not really harming me, but money's money. At this point, we learn a new language. I think things are in a pretty good line for me to go here and max out the heal potions. I did set up a Turbo A. Is it banned? That is the question. I like that every so often, like a tiny blip of the music just sneaks in. Oh, there we go. I used more pures than I expect. I mean, I don't really think I'm going to get poisoned that much more in the game, but the game seems to be suggesting to me that I should expect to be poisoned a bit more. We can get tents again, too. We haven't had tents in the beginning of the game. How fun. I don't really expect to need many more tents, but it's kind of like, why not? I'm not running out of money. I do not remember whether a cat claw is actually better than both the giant sword and the flame sword. I know it gives a big hit bonus. I know its damage is pretty good. It might end up being better for those two. It might be better than the light axe for that matter, but probably not by a lot. Then again, no E's next weapon is the sun. Well, my money's not doing anything. Maybe I should just see. It's kind of funny seeing a knight equipped with a tiny little dagger. That's also kind of amusing to me. Let's see what that does. So, no I. 43.75. $39.90. So power goes down slightly. Hit rate goes up a lot. But not enough to get an extra hit. So it might have been a bit of a bad decision. No E. 38.75. 39.90. So that one is better. So the giant sword isn't doing me any good here. Oops. Yeah, I don't know. I think the flame sword's better unless he gains 2 levels. No one's using the cat claw at endgame anyway. Not real endgame. How about our light axe friend? 45.70. $39.90. Yeah, they would need to be level 18 for this to start being beneficial. Oh, you know what else? Maybe a save is pointless. We got tents. Oh, apparently we had, like, a tent, but whatever. This could be a fun one, if I can win fast enough. You know what, it's not going to work out because the mage staff and the heal staff are on the same dude. We'd be better off getting out of here. Pretty poor damage there. Okay. Back when I was doing the the ban something run, the run where everyone got to make up a rule to ban some aspect of gameplay. And I had talked about before someone picking, I banned not appreciating nature. And so anytime you entered a forest tile, you had to touch all contiguous forest tiles. This part sucked. This part wasn't even the worst, the worst forest part, but it took a long time. It was fun. And terrible. Nice cat claw. That's nice. How badly did that person do on round 1? I didn't see. We are here for one purpose, even though it looks like a town, and getting to towns is exciting. There's only one person we need to talk to here. They have no items. They do have some hidden high-level spells, but my characters can't use them. You know, it's funny. Back when I was young, I didn't have a lot of friends who played RPGs. I had some friends who dabbled. And I remember one of them saying, and we were pretty young at the time, but they were thinking, my absolute favorite thing about RPG-style games is when you get to a new town and you get to buy all the new stuff. It was very insightful. I do still love that part of pretty much every RPG. I wonder if my resistance spells could end up mattering. My A Fire, A Ice. Maybe they'd be useful against Tiamat. Certainly against the Blue Dragon, there's a good chance it would be. Who is actually going to have resistance by that point? Some of the Opal gear gives resistance, but I don't remember which. Maybe it's not going to matter. I will have to do the analysis on that at some point where things are a little more boring. Okay, maybe now. Ribbon. Ribbon. A and E have ribbons. I will have the dragon armor by then. So it looks like it would only be for the benefit of no O. You ever think about how much money RPG characters are carrying around? They can't just keep all that in their wallet, right? My son was just realizing how weird Breath of the Wild is in that regard. He's like, why is this guy carrying around like 30 different outfits? To say nothing of the 20 weapons, 20 bows, 20 shields. 999 apples. It makes the gameplay better, but it makes no sense. At some point you just give up on reality to make a good game, right? It's a sensible decision. I think there's nothing wrong with it. And that's an interesting thing. I was just kind of thinking about hit points. I talked about hit points in one of the other days recently, too. Just, what exactly they're a measure of. And really, I think the original idea, and probably the most common use of the idea, is they are someone's health. But they could mean a lot of things. Wouldn't it be interesting to... I'm sure this exists. I think of the sanity meter. Games where there's just different measures of how successful a character is at being active in whatever they're doing. I haven't played enough abstract games like the ones where you're in a computer or Psychonauts. I don't know if Psychonauts is way different. But just where there's some completely different measure of how alive you are. And wouldn't it be interesting if that was money? When you run out of money, you're dead. It's Monopoly. That's Monopoly, actually. Oops. Treasure, 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 treasure. The song is called Treasure, and it's about the Mirage Tower. In some ways, I love the sprited renditions of the Amano artwork, but some of them are just hideous and or incomprehensible. Heel Helmet is interesting because Heel Helmet is not that interesting. Heel Helmet is interesting because a lot of the same letters are in heel as helmet. They should have just called it the Heelmet. Maybe they did, and it didn't translate well. I don't think that's the case. The next one I get is going to go on no eye, but for now this is already rather grand that I have a second heel helmet person, although it happens to be my Zeus Gauntlet bearer. Vorpal is it was supposed to be good. It's not. There's a bug affecting how the critical hit rate of weapons is assigned in the game. These guys are pretty trivial to beat. Who was I going to give the Thor hammer to? Thor hammer. I guess no eye is the answer, because it's the only answer. The guards, you get a better sense of what they are in the modern remakes, again, because it's better spriting. You know, they're little robotic drone thingies. They, like, to me, this looks like a bending over person. That's what that sprite looks like. Like they're reaching down with two hands, and you can see the foot sticking out to the side, so that it's a bending over guy. And for some reason, he's a guard. He's like a very inattentive guard, like the opposite of Buckingham Palace. Oh, nice defense, or nice experience. Did I get these two? Yeah. Oh, I didn't. Okay. That was notable. No O gets the Aegis shield, which is great, although they lose their flame resistance, it's probably still a net gain. No take backsies. I mean, we can always cast a fire. I'm not too worried about the fire in the near future. Why not? This is the vampire who was sort of a scripted boss slash mini-boss-ish thing early in the game. They still hit hard. It is literally the same enemy, no statistical differences, but now they appear in big groups, and sometimes with a powerful buddy called a whiz vamp, who is also really not that scary. Chance to strike first. Gotta take that chance. These guys, I believe, have 200 hit points, and their big brothers, sentries, have 400 hit points. All of them are weak to electricity, because that's how robots work in JRPGs. And these guys have terrible attack power, but a chance to stun. And the sentries have, I think, the highest non-boss attack power in the entire game. They can do like one hit and do incredibly crushing single hits. I know that because, as a troubled youth, I would read the handouts that came with the game and memorize them. I say memorize, but memorizing wears off. My kids know. They say, Daddy has a terrible memory. It's, at least sort of true. Gonna be better off that way. Yeah, okay. Oh. Well, at least he's not dead. That's my threshold for success here. Not dead. I'm not dead. If that first fellow doesn't wake up, though, I have no way to mass kill these birdies. I might be further ahead running. Okay, there he is. I think attacking the mummy might be stupid, actually. The birds are much more threatening. There we go. Hey, he helped. Oh, that's always weird. Do you see that? That's funny. Okay, we gotta unstone no O and then adjust the party order. Because, well, actually, it's probably technically gonna have no effect. No, whoever's at the bottom, who's that? No A? Has the lowest defense on my team by quite a lot. For the rest of the game, they're not really going to improve at all. In fact, my plan is they're going to go down slightly, because they're still wearing their cloth from the first town. And that only provides one absorb point, and I think it's more valuable to carry a magic item. Maybe I should have given them all cuter names. Like, when I say no A, really I should have called them Noah. And you think of no I think of the Noid from Domino's Pizza. Could have been Noah, Noid, Noodle. Okay, flame sword. The options I picked were slightly suboptimal, I realized, but whatever. For that matter, I'm going to end up with 3 living vampires at the end of this turn, aren't I? This is bad targeting strategery. Let's just make sure they're dead. Oof. If you resurrect a zombie, does it become the undead? I know that that's probably like a common question or reference that a lot of people have had, but like really, if you bring something back to unlife, isn't that the equivalent of raising something alive from death? Is that called undead? Is it different from just being undead? Do the undead find the undead to be displeasing to be around? Here, dragon armor. Ooh, sun sword. That's somebody's big upgrade. No E. So now this whole cat claw affair is pointless. If they're level 18, the cat claw might be better. Dragon armor. That's for no eye. And it is a direct upgrade over the flame armor. Flame armor. Nobody else can use that anyway. Okay. So let's change this. We got a sun sword over here. Oops. No E has no more upgrades coming for the entire game. We got dragon armor. We even have a heal helmet on No-O. And an Aegis shield. Definitely better absorb. I do kind of worry about the fire resistance, but there's going to be so many times when it doesn't come into play, you know? Not a lot else left. Oh, you know what I didn't count is pro capes. Which only affects no eye. The interesting thing about no E, by the way, is that empty slot that my cursor's on right now. Literally nothing. There is no shield or shield type thing that no E can use in the whole game. And no armor-based item casts that are available. Depending on what you do with the black shirt, black robe. If it's a robe, it's banned. If it's a shirt, it's allowed. I should probably check the defense values in the party order. Luckily, those guys have forced me to investigate. No A is definitely still the worst absorb, 22. No E is 51. No O is 43. No I is 60. So it goes I, E, O, A. Although the bottom two don't mechanically matter. Oh, I love that treasure room. It really did make a difference, too. Well, I mean, I haven't been able to see that difference yet, but I expect that it will make a difference. I forgot where the stairs were for a moment. Oh, come on. No! IEOA. Wouldn't it be silly if I didn't have the cube right now? I don't want to fight Sarah buses. It's my least favorite kind of bus. Siri stands for brain bus. So, like, there is an argument that A-lit could make sense here. As long as it happened before the dragon attacked. Who are my, like, good attackers? A and E are the strongest. So, let's try having O cast A-lit. This sounds so ridiculous. And A can just attack. If we do get hit by thunder, it's pretty dangerous. I mean, this isn't going to be a long fight or anything, but it just sort of seems like we may as well. If thunder comes, I'll feel... Oh, well, thunder's not coming. That dragon just got chopped in half. Bane sword. No eye can use the Bane sword. My understanding about these enemies is that they are bad. They have such funny, cute little sprites. They're like little. Like almost every monster of the game is proportionately larger than my player characters, including goblins, right? Goblins like tower over the player characters. And then these enemies not. They're little. I wasn't really paying attention to my targeting. Hopefully I didn't do anything too stupid. I did. I didn't realize that no eye is... Their attack is falling behind substantially because of their flame sword. Sun sword gonna stay good. Bane sword. Bane sword's pretty darn useful. We're still not level 18. Whatever. I don't want to fight these guys. They will poison me and I'll be upset about it. What? That was a poison attack. Attempt to poison all 4 party members at once. And it missed on all 4. What are the odds after all the stupid times I've been poisoned? I guess one could argue, from a not strictly mathematical, probabilistic perspective, that makes the odds better, right? Someone's thinking it. That was a lot of money I'm never gonna need. No. All the things that I could encounter here, and that's the one that I complain about. There's just been so much party ordering. I should probably just look up that Game Genie code. I think Grand pushed it out some years ago. That's stop reordering the characters. Okay, so right here we are going to drop the Opal helmet and throw on a heal helmet on No Eye. When we do that, No Eye doesn't need the heal staff anymore. The only other character that can use the heal staff has the heal helmet. And then the question becomes, why did that man just discard the Opal helmet? Why indeed? Why indeed? I never updated this anyway. Okay, if I get another Opal helmet, I will write this wrong. I know there's one around here somewhere. I mean, it's great. I like an Opal helmet. That's just going to take up space. It can save you money if you didn't manage to save up a whole bunch like I did. Alright. No Eye, you are terrible at attacking right now. Use your heal helmet. Let's see if we can get some good heals off. Most people are safe from the XXXX right now anyway. Yeah, that had to go that way. That was the only possible way that could have gone with the words that were coming out of my mouth. This stupid game. I was talking earlier about doing dumb things, right? Now they got no A in the top spot. That's definitely not what I want. That's better. We're still gonna go through. How bad can it be? We will find out how bad it can be. Silver helmet. Well, that's clearly not useful for me. A good name for No E, if it had to be a name, is that there's a character in this children's TV show called Bubble Guppies called Non-E. He could be Non-E. All the characters in Bubble Guppies have these bizarre names that are just like... They sound like... Asian names that aren't Asian. You know, When you think of a Japanese name, it's always a consonant sound and a vowel sound, consonant sound, vowel sound. They're all that. Nani, Dima, Gobi. One guy's Gil. He breaks the cycle. Molly. As a fun fact, my children are too old for that show now, and I just remember this show because of the years when it made sense for my children to expose me to it. And it will live in my mind forever, taking up space that could be used for recipes. Or really just recipes. Yeah, I don't really know where all my brain power goes. I know some places it does not go. My wife often calls me smart. She called me smart today. Somehow, like, I didn't mean to fool her. Who put all these eyes in here anyway? Whose idea was that? These are the robes. No, they're not. Okay, we know that the Opal Shield is useless to me. This part is basically like, if you had 2 knights, this is the spot where you would get the equips you would need for your second knight. And that's why there's like one more instance of each of the Opal equips in the floating castle. Oh, the robes are down there. Because I think those are the last couple chests in this dungeon. Dungeon, so to speak. Oh no, it's not, because there's this whole floor where it's all kind of busted looking. The Nagas are funny. They have statistically some of the lowest attack power in the whole game. Look at my cute little mute icon. So cute. Whew. The Nagas also give, maybe I'm thinking of the regular Nagas, like a ridiculous amount of experience for how hard they are. Okay, so I don't know what the rule is on the black shirt, but I feel like since I can get by without it, I should. It pains me to do it, sort of. But the white shirt I'm going to use. The plan for the white shirt is to throw away no A's cloth and just hold a white shirt forever. And they will carry this shirt around and use it to turn the party invisible, because that's a thing. All the cat claws are seeming pretty stupid now, huh? Another really good idea is, if you're going to use a lot of item casts, which I guess I am, to put your equipped item in the bottom corner, since you're less likely to cursor down to them. You know, put something useful in the top left. But I'm not really getting any more item casts in the whole game, I guess. So, like, I got the white robe. And thus, I'm not keeping the cloth. The illustrious cloth. This music gets interesting if you hear it longer than the encounter rate normally allows. So, like, Noe and Noe really have their final loadouts, and the Mass Moon and Excalibur don't add any item casts, so everyone is more or less decked out, as strange as it sounds. Stupid heal staff. And there's a bunch of treasure chests here. The only one that's going to do me any good, and I forgot it in the list, is the Pro Cape. So it does exist. I'm going to look for it. But it's only going to benefit No Eye by a couple of absorb points, really. Not that that's a bad thing. I'm not finding Mass Moon or Excalibur here. There's the Pro Cape, so I can just get out of here now. Or I could wait and try to get another Opal helmet. No eye, looking good. I mean, you're invisible, but 64 absorb. Is there an Opal helmet in here? A cloth. Great. After I just told you I'm getting rid of the illustrious cloth. Oh, here's the sentry I was talking about earlier. Yeah, this guy can hit rather hard. And has 400 HP, so I don't know. This isn't necessarily going to be a quick and dirty one. Good damage. 88, okay. Considering that was on my lowest defense character, that's really not that bad. Oof. Does he give good experience? Kinda. Oh, got level 18. That means it's questionably beneficial to give him a Cat Claw now. It'll give him a whole extra hit. I don't remember how the crit rates compare on those. I should probably have put that in the sidebar thingy, the crit rate. But I don't think the crit rate is actually stored for characters. Do I want to go to other chests? Really, I'd just be looking for an Opal helmet, which is kind of stupid. There's a katana up here somewhere. Because apparently they needed that in space. No one thought to leave like a laser gun. They left their soft potion. That's good. They left some money that they knew would be used 2,000 years in the future or whatever. And I think there's one more room. One of them is just for decoration. I think I'm just going to go. Those 2 absorb points aren't worth my my time, I guess. I say as if I'm doing something really important. Chance to strike first. You know what that means. Swing in the defense, swing in the sun sword. The Whizvamp has a chance to attack, but they also have a pretty good chance of casting A Fire, which is the resist fire spell, and they cast it on their whole team, but it never targets themselves. So what you just saw there was the Whizvamp casting A Fire, and then it did literally nothing, which is just unusual, a funny curiosity of the game. I loved this area as a kid. I love when you can run from these guys, right? I think. I would really like to. Yeah. I did really enjoy, for a while, when the Final Fantasy games went from fantasy and just crept into sci-fi that tiny bit. Now, Final Fantasy IV did the same thing really well. By Final Fantasy VI, the line had blurred between what part of the game was fantasy and what part was sci-fi, you know? Good. Kill that guy. And certainly 7, 8, certainly 13, that line got muddier and muddier. But it was always interesting, these games where it's something like, you wouldn't say grounded, because it's fantastical, but, you know, it's standard fantasy, and then until suddenly it isn't. That was one step to an encounter. This is one of very rare screens in the game with an abnormally high encounter rate. This is also the screen where you can encounter Warmech, and if I do encounter Warmech, I don't think I plan to fight him, because I want to be done. Holy crap. Am I wearing the monster ring from Lufia, or what? Did you see all those encounters? Do I deserve that kind of shabby treatment? Jeez Louise, man. At least none of them are Warmech. But you know what that means, now that I've said that. You know, I know it has an above average encounter rate, but I have never seen so many encounters in so few steps. Legitimately. This shouldn't be too bad. Plus I have the Bane Sword. Oh, wait, that's on No Eye. Okay, what do we got here? We got nothing. We have Alet. We have kinda nothing. Ruse. Might be worth it. Defense. Ruse, Invis. I'm probably not gonna land Fog, or sorry, Mute. This guy's weak against the Poison Petrify element, but I don't think Mute counts. But going for a defensive buff play actually might be super cool. Let's do that. There's a lot of things that'll still hurt us. Defensive buff play. We're gonna put it all in motion here. That'll be different, right? Nice to see Thunder out there. Oh, that still did a lot of damage to No A, even though we have A-Lit on. Okay, these two are out of defensive buffs. You keep on white shirting. White shirt isn't quite as good as the defense, but it does affect the entire team. Oh, that's a fairly strong one sometimes, but we got off easy. Maybe it's because of the ribbons. A-E. Both have ribbons. O has the Aegis shield. So we're actually resistant to poison. That one could hurt. Yeah, that hurt no O because they don't have a ribbon. How's my actual evasion going? Damage, hit, absorb, evade. Oh, it's quite high. One more white shirt, we should be immune to physicals. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I mean, that does nothing to mitigate the breath-based attacks. And I haven't really been watching the damage counts. This has been unusually... This is the first, like, strategic battle in the whole game, really. I may have had some attempts before, but this is the first one where it's coming together. It's pretty neat. There are still things that can hurt me, but in general, we're quite safe. It's also quite neat to see my custom HUD thingy working like that. Nobody cares, but I'm thinking about it. Good damage, no way. I pretty much know I'm going to win. This is just taking a really long time to happen. I think that the strategy of still using the heal helmet isn't ridiculous, because those breath attacks are still hurting. They're still doing about 60 damage when they come out. It's mostly just kind of... my hit points have been reasonably stable. Not really going up, not really going down, just stable. And sometimes the damage ends up being good, mostly during the crits. But this fight really could be dragging out a long time. I haven't been doing the math in my head or anything. Okay. Oh, see, I got 2 breath attacks in a row, and now my hit points are kind of low. If I hadn't been heal helming repeatedly, no way would be in some serious danger right now, so... There we go. Good job, gents. Except no I. Let's go use our adamant. Wherever it is. I don't remember my way around. Oh yeah, it's this way. We gotta kill that snake. Watch me get poisoned. If I get poisoned, I'm just gonna walk around with it for the rest of the game. I knew there was a chance it was going to actually happen, and I wasn't happy about it once I saw the word asp come up there. Oops. Now this is interesting. No O can use it. If it was spelled right, no I think I'm gonna give it to no O. There is some consideration for like the spelling is screwy, right? I don't know. I'm just reformatting my stupid document now. Ends up looking like that now-ish, right? And I can sell my cat claws, and for that matter, I can sell the light axe, now that it's not equipped. It's kind of strange, but you can. Technically, the harm spell has a higher attack power than the Fire 2 spell, and so it seems kind of like, should you do that or not? But literally everything harm affects is weak against fire, with one exception in the whole game, and it's a boss fight, so these cat claws aren't doing me much in the way of good anymore, I don't think. As I said, the light axe is not doing me any good. I can always use the mage staff, as long as I'm forced to keep it on that character anyway. And unfortunately, this bozo is still using the flame sword. I should probably investigate the stats on this. What's left for that fella? Getting the mass moon, I guess. There's not really any other options. Cat claw wasn't purely better. Oh, look at that. He's dead. I forgot about that. Cat claw was only going to be better for two levels anyway. Oh, crap. I did a thing. Okay. $44.78. If I put on the Thor hammer, not anywhere near as good. If I put on the Bane sword, $44.78. Yeah, Flame Sword is still there. Flame Sword's pretty bad at this point. $78's pretty bad at this point. And Cat Claw makes it better. It's not an extra hit until level 18. And the attack power is comparable, but I think a little better for the Flame Sword. I think I'm just not going to stress about it. And we'll just keep that guy with the Flame Sword until we get the Masamune. Which I know it's called the Masamune, but it's also spelled badly enough that the pronunciation changes, you know? What a weird game this is. 64, 51, 43, 21. Very disparate defenses. So I is my poor offense tank. But when we get that Masamune, he'll be awesome. Unfortunately, we have no means to exit the final dungeon, so we can't take it with us. I wonder, should I just take a run at it? I mean, it's a work night for me, but I'd like to just finish, I think. Do you think I can do it first try? Let's do exactly that. I'll take one shot at it. If I win, I win. Level 18 with the stupid challenge in effect. Like, the Nintendo Power Guide used to say, challenge the final dungeon at level 24? The only thing we're going out of our way for is Masamune. We'll run from most things that are runnable. We'll expect to have a bad time with gas dragons. And we'll hope that I remember the paths. Because some parts are a little confusing here. At the beginning. So far, so good. Oh my goodness. I should not have said so far, so good. So, targeting here, I know that no O is my strongest right now, and no I is my weakest right now. So I'm just putting them together. Once again, there's this tiny bit of targeting strategery, as I said earlier. And lots of damage from poison. This isn't the best. It's kind of strange, but in a lot of ways, the early floors are the hardest in the final dungeon. And that's because later on, it's kind of like the revisits of the elemental areas of the game, and it's enemies we've already seen much earlier, and so they're not much of a threat anymore. That's not completely true. There's exceptions in all cases, but it's at least partly true. Using a few heal potions now really isn't the worst. Oops. I said a few heal potions. I may have used more than a few heal potions. I think I'll keep 350 as my threshold, actually, because, you know, there is still a chance I can get off a little bit of heal staffing, heal helming in fights. I don't want to fight more gas dragons. Oh, this is possibly worse. Okay, we're protected from rubs, so that's good. Is there any benefit to fighting these guys? I don't think so. I think they're runnable. Yeah, okay. Wait, no eye is the terrible fighter. Everyone else attack. Yeah. Well, actually, that wasn't really that's... Oh. Oof. Well, that wasn't the best. And that was on my heavily armored character. Okay, about a third done my potion supply. But it could be worse. I think we go left here. I think these guys are unrunnable. They also don't hit that hard at this point in the game, although those might be words that I find myself feasting upon shortly. Did I remember the way? I don't... having trouble remembering. This Frost Giant still hit pretty hard. Nice. This might be one of those kind of net gain type encounters. This screen has worms. Worms are unrunnable too. I don't think I knew that when I was young. These guys are strange. They're like the only dragon in the game that is runnable. Oh. No O takes a lot of damage from ice. No O who's wielding Excalibur. Oh no! Oh. So the one attempt plan isn't looking the best. It can still happen. No O is also one of my 2 heal-capable fighters, right? Knights. Knights who never visited Bahamut. Okay, so now this is the Earth floor. They tend to be earlier game enemies. I don't think there's a lot of unrunnable enemies here. But every one of these elemental floors has a scripted encounter with a stronger version of the original Fiend. So that could be pretty rough. Oh yeah, this is unrunnable. Our Excalibur is gone. Let's do this. No, that's too much damage. I think that you should reconsider hurting me. Okay, that's more like it. Do that. Oof. I'm not really worried about the enemies here, but I feel like keeping a good HP up is, well, it's certainly not going to be a bad thing. I sure hope I can beat this fake powered-up Lich in about 1 attack. That would be a positive thing. No eye has the dragon armor. Okay. Full attack. Take him out. Nope. Don't. Nope. That's not how this should go. 61 damage. They also have a little more hit points than previously. Enemies in this game, at least ones with lots of spells, they're very unlikely to use the same spell consecutively, because it's like basically a linear list. So at least I don't have to worry about another nuke coming out. Alright. I am still questioning whether this is at all possible, but we beat the first big roadblock. What is it that killed my guy? What was that again? I don't even remember. Oops. Oops again. I didn't waste anything, but... my menuing skills are lax. You know what? You're not supposed to do this, but I think I could blame it on the controller. Because it's still that Ouya controller I've been using. It's not the best ever. It interprets a lot of what I do as diagonals. When it isn't diagonals, you know? There's still a lot of guys to fight. I think there's potential for this to go well. I don't think it's a matter of I need to grind for this to be at all effective. There are ways this could absolutely work nicely without, you know, luck manipulation and whatever. It might just take a few attempts. If this still works, you know, that'll be great. But at this point, I'm not expecting it. Grey Worm, that guy's from Game of Thrones. Those guys actually do live in the volcano. It's kind of funny seeing them here, and I don't think I encountered them once in the volcano. Maybe I'm misremembering, though. I don't think I have a special strat that works here. I don't think this version of Carry Merilith is especially mute vulnerable. I think I'm just going to use Violence. Violence is usually the answer to most problems. Oof. That's some damage over here. Oh my goodness, no A's gonna die. On the one hand, going for the Mass Moon is going to be harder with fewer characters. On the other hand, there's no chance to win without no eye wielding the Mass Moon. Wow. This hasn't gone the best. Even with a critical hit, this damage has been slow. There we go, okay. We're getting pretty darn low on heal potions. I mean, I have a very small number of cure spells. They're unfortunately shared with some of my defensive buffs. Yikes. Well, I remembered the way more or less perfectly. That's kind of nice. It's not too maze-like, and after a certain point it becomes fairly linear. Okay, you can't run from these guys, so this is going to suck. Thor, hammer, and no... Okay, so I pretty much gotta just whack them with swords. That was bad damage. That was good damage. That's what I was hoping for. Softening the others up. Yeah, losing so badly here feels pretty rotten. And I do think I'm very much on track to lose, just because my potion stock's already low, and there's still a couple more bosses. It's funny because it's not like that's been the only total party kill in the game, but just the fact that it happens so gradually is unpleasant. Oh. We are out of in-battle healing. We no longer have access to the Mass Moon, for better or for worse. And we're just about out of heal potions. I may as well do, like, almost all of it. Oh my. This is the end. Let's fast forward it. There we go. Well, I said it was going to be one shot. I think next time we're going to be doing attempts. And if we get the first one, then I'll come up with something else to do. You know that I have things I want to do. Okay. Did I not update this thingy? The list of stuff. I guess I'll be done for tonight. I need to go to bed anyway. See you.